Now, for a conversion ad, you need your own funnel. So the training you're getting here at SAN as it relates to building your funnel, you need that. And so the type of funnel that I'm recommending is this. So an ad to a blog post, and the blog post doesn't go to a capture page. You just have like a pop-up that kind of hovers over the blog post. So they click a link, and then all of a sudden just a window pops up within the blog, and then they can opt in. And then they opt into a list, and they're sent to an offer. And then if they buy, great. If they don't, well, they didn't, but at least they're on your list. So there's a few metrics here, and I'm not going to cover this stuff because you're going to go, oh, metrics. But these are the metrics that you're kind of watching: ad spend, impressions, link clicks. But specifically, there's a few key metrics, and you don't need to learn how to calculate this because Facebook already gives it to you, but it's very easy to calculate. Click-through rate and cost per click. Click-through rate is what percentage of people that see the ad click on the ad. That's it. Cost per click is how much is each click costing you. Pretty simple. And then there's other things you're tracking here. Once people reach the blog and are kind of being offered the opportunity to opt in. And you have your lead conversion rate, which is how many of the people that visited my landing page opted in, and the cost per lead. On average, how much is each lead costing me? So those are the metrics you want to track. So the anatomy of an ad is this. You have an image or a video in the middle. That's number one. A headline in the bottom, number two. Text copy on the top, number three. CTA or call to action, meaning tell them what to do next, on the bottom right, number four. And description, number five. And there's also the social engagement at the bottom. The social engagement offers some social proof that, hey, people like this stuff, and he might not be a bozo and actually know what he's talking about. So that's what an ad looks like. I want to zero you in on just one part of this ad. And I used to believe that the image was the most important part of any ad, and it still plays a crucial role. But where the magic really happens, actually, who can guess? Where does the magic really happen? Engagement? Anybody else? Headline. Anybody else? What? Call to action. So I respectfully disagree with all of you. Because what's been most effective for me in terms of testing and really enrolling my audience has been the text copy. Because it's at the top. It's what people see first. And when I pay attention to that part, everything else is pretty easy. Now, the other factors are still important, but the text copy for me has been more important than anything. So traditional text copy goes like this. It's told in the form of a story. So Facebook, the mistake a lot of marketers try to make, and they can still be effective doing this, but it's not as effective, is they kind of just lecture to people. It's like, hey, if you're having this problem, no worries, I have a solution for you. If you're suffering from this or dealing with this, you can stop now because I have a solution for you. Click here to learn more. They're just kind of telling at people. They're lecturing, they're commanding them. And with other platforms, that might be cool. With Facebook, they don't like it. Because what is Facebook primarily? What is Facebook? Social network. And what do people on social networks tend to do? Socialize. And one of the things that what's one of the ways that people socialize and communicate with each other? Story. How they feel. Exactly. That's exactly right. So this is how the story traditionally has gone on Facebook and how it's been effective. Is a story of struggle. So you start, the first part of it leads with a problem. You call out a problem. And then the agitate part. Marketers call it agitate, like you're kind of turning the knife. But really what this is how does the problem impact their life? Or in the story, you're telling the story from your perspective. It's first person. So what problem did you deal with? How did that impact your life? What did your life look like when you dealt with this problem? That's the story of struggle part. And then you have the story of triumph. But then I found a solution. I discovered a solution, or I tripped over a solution, or whatever that is. And now my life looks like this. So you describe how that solution impacted your life, or how what you're trying to convey is how it can impact their life, but you're telling it in first person. This is what my life looks like now as a result of it. And then you have a call to action. So that's the structure of a very effective ad. It's a traditional text copy structure. This works for all copy, email marketing, sales letters, video. If you go through this structure in all your content, you'll be very effective. So start with a story of struggle, triumph, call to action. And there's a case study. Brandy Shaver, she used this formula in her text copy above. She generated 81,000 visitors, 11,000 leads, generated 890 customers. So she started with us, starting from zero. Barely knew how to check her email. She didn't have a Facebook account. And then she, within a year was able to do this. Total, she spent on Facebook $71,321. Who was freaked out by that number? Going, shit, well, I'm not spending that, fuck, no way. But do you think she started by plopping down 70 grand? So it's like your fear is kind of contradicting the logic that's going on, but the fear is dominating. She started with probably $10 a day on this. And then as she saw it working, as she saw the return, for every dollar I spend, I get $2 back. Well, I'm going to keep doing this forever. And eventually she got it up where she was spending $300 a day on advertising, but guess what? She's getting $600 back. You see how that works? She ramps up. It doesn't start there. Her commissions, affiliate commissions were over 6 figures. One ad. This one ad. This was her first successful ad. And she's been able to repeat it. And that's the structure. So the structure is this. Story of struggle. I was so sick of prospecting friends. This is the network marketing space, by the way. I was so sick of prospecting friends and family, home meetings, blah, blah, blah. I found a way to build that actually turned my network marketing business into a home business. Now she's going into, I found a solution. So now the story of triumph. So first line, story of struggle. Second line, story of triumph. I found a solution, and it changed my life. My upline thought I was crazy until my business started to explode. Click to learn more. So you see the structure? It's struggle, found a solution, story of triumph. And that's it, and then call to action. Very simple. There's another case. This is Whit and Carrie Hyam, and they're Carrie and Brandy, they know each other, they're friends. Link clicks, 18,000, over 4,000 leads, over 400 customers, total ad spend. So she spent on Facebook, starting with a small budget, and then as she saw the return, she's like, increase budget, increase budget. Total ad spend of 19,000. This was over the course of almost a year, and her return was 67,000 from one ad. That's a crazy return, right? Over $3 back for every dollar she spends. And this is her copy. I've never been one for home parties, home meetings, blah, blah, blah. Okay, story of struggle. In fact, I was completely burned out, never in the game, still the story of struggle. But when I changed my focus, so now I discovered something, I changed my focus and talked about the things in this blog post. I actually started to enjoy prospecting, and the quality of people enrolling in my business is much greater. Story of triumph. What her life looks like now. Struggle, I found a solution, triumph, call to action. Can you guys tell a story that kind of fits this structure? Do you guys think you could do that? Raise your hand if you think you can do that. Yeah, you guys do it every day. You guys do it every day. You just got to put it on paper, or on computer, sorry. So here's another one that she did. I'll go through these metrics really fast because I'm running out of time. Total leads, 3,600. $238. So she's running this ad at the same time as she's running the other ad I just showed you. Ad spend $17,000. Commission $75,000. So between these two ads, she had a 6-figure income. In fact, that year they did in their business total. Because here's the key thing. What do you think matters most here? What number matters the most here? Do you think? Tell me real quick. New customers? Commissions. Oh, you like the commissions. So the commissions are nice, but you guys are right. There's two numbers here that are critical. She built a list of 3,600 leads with one ad and has a list of 238 buyers. That's where the gold is. So even though between these two ads it was about $150,000 income, that year she and her husband did over $400,000 in income because then that list was monetized with other offers. She got them into her network marketing business and other things she was working on. You see how it works? Even if she breaks even, it's a win. So, same thing. Tired of bugging friends and family. We were tired, blah, blah, blah. I wanted to take my network marketing business online and actually build from home, but we didn't want to spam our friends and family, so still the story struggle. So the first two paragraphs are a story of struggle, and then the last part is I found a solution, my life is awesome, click to learn more. Very simple.